As a serpentine enchantress, my unique essence, when offered from the depths of my being, possessed the power to heal even terminal illnesses. After I cured Sterling of his cancer, I found another woman in our home. My 6-year-old son grabbed a small knife and tried to hack at my serpentine tail. Both his and his father's faces were twisted with disgust. You killed Iris. You won't get to kill Brittany too. I've already made it official with her. Now get out. Leo rushed forward, clinging to Brittany's leg, and spat at me. I don't want you, this ugly snake, as my mom. Aunt Brittany is my mom. I massaged my chest, aching from having given my lifeblood, and my voice was raw with bitterness. Then let's get a divorce. Sterling scoffed. Our marriage license was fake. What's there to divorce? Just get lost. My son threw the toys I bought him directly at me. Don't come ruin our home with our new mommy. You're not welcome here. The front door slammed shut. I pulled out my phone. Mr. Harrison, you heard it too. I really should go now. A weary sigh echoed from the other end of the line. Ah, Sterling has truly wronged you. Your debt has been repaid. Go, child, go. The serpentine oracle stared at me, a cryptic smile playing on her lips. Are you certain of your choice? Outside the operating room, the red light pulsed, a blinding beacon. Sterling's vital signs were fading, moment by moment. Cancer cells, like greedy vines, had coiled around him, leaving him with barely a breath. Are you willing to sacrifice your very essence to unleash the primal power of your serpentine lineage, forever cursed to be half human, half spirit, enduring the eternal torment of the backlash? The serpentine oracle's voice carried a cold, tempting allure. But your lifeblood, it can save him. I gazed at Sterling's pale face through the glass window. 6 years ago, the memory of him kneeling in the rain, begging me to save him, suddenly flooded my mind. Back then, he wasn't the high and mighty CEO Sterling he was today. He was just a man pushed to the brink by a terminal illness, clutching my hand. His voice choked. Willow, if I live, I'll protect you my whole life. I'm willing, just as long as he lives. I bit my fingertip and stained the ancient pact. A searing, bone-shattering pain instantly ripped through my entire body. The agony was so intense I couldn't maintain my human form. My smooth calves merged and elongated, transforming into a long tail, covered in shimmering silver scales. In a daze, I felt a warm liquid seeping from my neck. It was my serpentine essence, flowing down my collarbone. The serpentine oracle's final gaze held a touch of pity. Remember, each act of genuine affection will embed your scales deeper into your flesh. Any wound inflicted by him will amplify the agony. I dragged my serpentine tail, unable to retract it due to the extreme use of my power, and pushed open the front door. The pair of red high heels by the entrance were like a poisonous needle, plunging directly into my heart. You hideous monster, get out of our house. My 6-year-old son, Leo, wielding a small knife, lunged at me, his face contorted with hatred. You killed Aunt Iris, and now you want to kill my mommy Brittany too, over my dead body. I never imagined my own flesh and blood would attack me. I was too slow to dodge, frozen in place, until a sharp pain from my tail jolted me back to awareness. Oh, Leo, be careful, don't let this thing that's neither human nor beast hurt you. Brittany pretended to reach out, seemingly to pull Leo away, but her fingers subtly pressed the small knife another half-inch deeper into my scales. I had spent the entire night healing Sterling, exhausting most of my essence. This scene before me now made me feel utterly desolate. The herbal soup I'd woken up at 5 in the morning to brew was still on the coffee table. It was a special concoction, made with my lifeblood and a rare serpentine extract, meant to nourish Sterling. Its fragrant aroma still lingered in the air. Who told you to come back, you murderer? How dare you show your face and dirty Brittany's eyes? Sterling tenderly pulled Brittany into his arms. The blood-red gem around her neck seemed to pulse like an unstemmed gush of lifeblood. Sterling had bought it at an auction last year, claiming it was for his most precious person. Brittany feigned weakness, shrinking into Sterling's embrace, her dress seemingly accidentally sweeping across the coffee table, deliberately knocking over the herbal pot. Oh, my dress. My dear Cole specifically custom-made this for me. Sister, if you want it, I can let you have it. Amidst the shattering sound of the pot, I heard the faint crack of my own scales. My lifeblood being so carelessly wasted felt like a blunt knife twisting repeatedly in my chest. Sterling's gaze pierced me like an ice pick. You trashy, low-class creature, always resorting to dirty tricks. Get down on your knees and clean this up for Brittany. Leo kicked me hard, spitting at me repeatedly. Big bad monster, get on your knees and apologize to mommy Brittany. I instinctively curled my tail. The section of my tailbone, covered in fine silver scales, had just endured the backlash of the lifeblood sacrifice. It was now bruised purple, and large pieces of shattered scales, mixed with blood droplets, flew off. The serpentine oracle's warning echoed in my ears again. The pain crawled up my spine, spreading through every limb. Tears streamed down my face uncontrollably. This was the child I had risked my life to give birth to after 10 months of pregnancy. This was the husband I had saved by draining my lifeblood, enduring constant backlash. Day and night, I humiliated myself, crawling towards Brittany, wanting to demand why she was destroying everything I had. She shrieked as if she'd been electrocuted. Ah, her scale scratched my leg. Leo was distraught. You actually hurt my mommy, you monster. He lunged like a furious little beast, hacking at my serpentine tail with the knife, blow after blow. The sharp blade pierced through the scales, digging into my flesh. The pain made my vision swim, but Leo clapped his hands and laughed. Tear open your snake skin. Let's see how you can hurt anyone now. I slumped powerlessly to the floor, the intense pain making it impossible to straighten up. I stared directly into Sterling's eyes, trying to maintain some semblance of dignity. Sterling, let's get a divorce. Sterling scoffed. Our marriage license was fake. What's there to divorce? Just get as far away as possible. With that, he deliberately tossed a tattered little red booklet onto my wound. Fake marriage license. I froze. 6 years ago, on that rainy night, he knelt before me, begging me to save him, saying that if he lived, he would be my true husband. I believed him, sacrificing half of my serpentine life, draining all my power. I fed him the powerful essence from my true form, watching him transform from a skeletal figure to a radiant, healthy man. But my cherished marriage license, like Sterling's deceitful heart, had been fake from the very beginning. Another scale on my serpentine tail cracked, and I groaned in pain. The serpentine oracle was right after all. This bond, bought with my very life, was destined to be a pain that would pierce me to the bone, right from its root. The stench of blood mingled with the sharp scent of disinfectant, churning in my nostrils. The wound on my serpentine tail was still gushing blood. Every movement felt like countless needles piercing my marrow. The serpentine oracle's warning of double backlash was now burrowing into my bones along the cracks in my scales. Brittany smugly stroked Sterling's chest, her fingertips tracing his collar. That spot, where I used to playfully straighten his tie, was now Brittany's territory, a symbol of her claim. Brittany chuckled, a sickly sweet sound laced with malice. Sterling, look at her tail. So many scales have fallen off. It's disgusting. Sterling cast a dismissive glance at me, his eyes regarding me like a dirty rag. You're frail. Don't look at such vile things. He raised a hand and beckoned the butler. Drag her out and dump her in the old family mausoleum. No. I snapped my head up, my tail twitching with urgency. Sterling, have you forgotten? 6 years ago, you were lying in that hospital bed. Cancer cells spread throughout your body, and it was I. Shut up. He cut me off sharply, his leather shoe grinding forcefully on my bloody, mangled tail. If you hadn't wrapped me with your dark magic, why would I ever get involved with a monster like you? Iris was killed by your dark magic back then, and now Brittany is pregnant with my child. Are you trying to pull the same trick again, Iris? My heart felt like it had been hit by a massive stone. That gentle, kind woman who used to secretly bring me healing salves. She had an accidental fall from a building. How had it become my fault? Daddy, hurry and kick her out. I don't want to see her for another second. Leo ran over, brandishing the knife. Drops of blood from the blade fell on my hand, burning like fire. He suddenly remembered something, then rushed into the bedroom, emerging with a metal box. He slammed it hard into my face. The box burst open, spilling its contents onto the floor. My collection of shed serpentine scales from the past 6 years. Each piece had been meticulously cleaned and strung together with gold thread into protective charms. When he was little, he always wore them around his neck, saying, "Mommy scales protect me. These disgusting things. I've wanted to throw them away for ages." Leo stomped on the specimens, as if crushing a pile of garbage. Mommy, Brittany said wearing them would turn me into a monster. I looked at the crushed scales and suddenly laughed, though tears streamed uncontrollably down my face. So, 6 years of mother-son affection, in his eyes, was nothing more than the mark of a disgusting monster. Brittany,